Centro, California. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning.
Another beautiful day.
I bet it is. Ditto.
Okay. And actually, a pretty darn good weekend as well.
Oh, wow. The west breezes or something else.
Yeah, but don't get used to it.
Well, no, not this time of year. It changes to change.
Yes, it does. And it will change this week. So,
and then we could see it change again.
Yes, that's the way it works. Oh, well. Anyway, first day of summer this year, by the way, is the 20th. So we've got a little ways to go.
A little bit, yeah.
But we can handle it.
We're going to have to handle it one way or the other.
We're tough.
No getting around it.
No. It's about typical for the Valley. So, busy weekend for you?
I was busy.
Okay.
And I'm sure a busy one for you too, huh?
Well, pretty much, yes. I think I'm going to have to call in the big guns. I've been trying to work on a drip irrigation system for Pam's garden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to call in Gary Coombs.
Well, Gary can do it.
Well, he can. I know he can, but it was one of those things, hey, I've got plenty of time on my hands these days. We'll give it a try. But it has most of it has to do with pressure.
Water pressure.
You got it. Too much.
You've got too much?
Yes. For
a
drip irrigation
problem
system.
Is not having enough.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, and I'm happy to report the summer squash is doing well. The squash have taken over the whole garden.
So can you eat summer squash in the winter?
You can.
Okay.
We actually ate the summer squash and saved the seeds and planted them.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
You get that recycling going there, so to speak?
So to speak, yes. I mean, where else are you going to get the seeds? You could go out and buy them, but the summer squash we had was exceptionally good, and we're looking forward to more.
Well, it sounds good.
Okay.
We've had lots of tomatoes, and we still have some tomatoes, and we'll probably still have some tomatoes for a while.
Well, I know Pam and Gloria shared some tips on tomatoes, and Gloria had the expertise. Pam learned, and we're doing well with the tomatoes. We had an issue with the birds eating them.
Usually, a BB gun takes care of that.
Well, what really worked was the bird netting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the only time I could ever hit anything shooting was with an M16 on full automatic.
Yep. That always works.
Yeah,
when everything else fails.
The city frowns on that.
They do. Yeah, neighbors, they also frown on it.
Yeah, well, I got good neighbors. They probably wouldn't say too much.
Well, we had a power outage last night that affected some houses in our neighborhood, and some it didn't.
It didn't affect us.
Yeah, it was. They fixed it. It was over on Desert Gardens.
Okay.
Real close to 8th Street.
Yeah, we had a brief one Friday morning.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Okay, are you ready for birthdays?
Ready for birthdays.
Actor James Darren is 84. Nancy Sinatra is 80. Her boots are 76. Chuck Negron of Three Dog Night, 78. Boz Scaggs, 76. Actress Sonia Braga is 70. Actress Kathy Baker, 70. And let's see, singer Bonnie Tyler, 69. Actor Griffin Dunn, 65. Scott Adams, he's the guy that draws Dilbert. He's 63. Keenan Ivory Wayans, 62. And let's see, Nick Rhodes of Duran Duran, 58. And let's see, actress Juliana Margulies is 53. Actor Dan Futterman is 53. Actor David Sutcliffe, 51. Actor Kent Falcon is 50. Actress Kelly Williams, 50. Actor Mark Furstein is 49. Actor Aeon Bailey is 44. And let's see, who else has a birthday today?
Well, somebody somewhere does.
Somebody does, yeah. Fiddler Sarah Watkins of Nickel Creek is 39. And actress Tori DeVito is 36. Local birthdays, got them coming up.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Let's celebrate our KXO birthdays. Happy birthday, Serena Pascua, Rachel Guzman, Mark Butler, Barbara Lewis, Bertha Diaz, Alfonso Cota, Hugo Solorzano, Alyssa Guzman Luna, Michelle Diaz, Isabella Morales, Rihanna Mendoza, Luke Galvan, and Alec Juarez. Happy birthday from KXO. Well, we can also celebrate World Oceans Day. Okay?
That sounds good.
There are scientists that believe every part of the USA west of the San Andreas Fault will eventually fall into the Pacific Ocean, right? You've heard that.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and we'd have beachfront property here in the valley, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not true. Everything east of the San Andreas Fault will fall into the Atlantic Ocean.
That leaves a little sliver of us.
Yeah.
If that happens.
You better be able to move quick, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway.
Man.
We've got news and such. It's also Name Your Poison Day. Go ahead, name your poison.
My poison?
Yes.
My poison, this will give my age away, DDT.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah, but you can't use it anymore.
No, I know, but,
Yeah,
you know.
we found some in Grandpa's garage. So
Probably still glowing in the dark.
it is, yes. Okay, news. It's next, and it's World and California News headlines right now. Brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. They are your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News Update. A hearse carrying George Floyd's body has just arrived at the Fountain of Praise Church in Houston. There will be a public viewing ahead of tomorrow's funeral. Family attorney Lee Merritt.
Every family that I've ever worked with, they said they wanted to make sure that this never happens to anyone else's kid or anyone else's loved one. This family is closer to making that a reality than any other family that I've had the pleasure of representing.
Democrats in Congress have just taken a knee in tribute to George Floyd. Protests could affect change in Minneapolis, the city where he died, with a police officer's knee pressed against his neck. Local lawmakers are backing a plan to disband the department. City Council President Lisa Bender.
Our commitment is to do what's necessary to keep every single member of our community safe and to tell the truth that the Minneapolis police are not doing that.
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Lock Air Conditioning wants you to protect the things you care about. Protect your family with the air scrubber that utilizes Active Pure, certified technology to protect against airborne and surface contaminants. Clean, deodorize, purify, and protect not only your family, but your home. The air scrubber installs easily to your heating and cooling system, and it's made in the USA. Call Lock Air Conditioning now for details. 760-353-4501. Lock Air Conditioning, and protect the things you care about. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Demonstrators of all ages marching through the streets of Hollywood Sunday in what observers called the biggest crowd yet during these 2 weeks of protests.
I've been through a lot of what they're talking about in my life. And it's just for me to come out and just be a part of the protest, what's going on, instead of just sitting back and letting the younger generation do it, because I've been through it.
As has been the case in recent days, Sunday's demonstrations in Hollywood, San Francisco, and elsewhere were described as mostly peaceful. National Guard troops pulling out of California cities where they've been deployed for a week to assist in managing the protests. Santa Cruz County Sheriff calling Saturday the worst day he's experienced in his 32-year career, as a 38-year-old sergeant was killed, 2 other deputies wounded.
In this era that we're in, when you think about what you want to see in a police officer, compassion, caring, somebody who truly loves his job, who wants to help people, that's what Damon was.
Sergeant Damon Gutzwiller was the father of a small child, another on the way. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. Give them a call. You've been warned. It's going to get hot. Call your friends at Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
Hi. Guess we should talk about something. How's the, vermicelli game in your town? Got any good Vietnamese restaurants? Vermicelli? Oh, it's a noodle. Very good. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $28.95 and get a $10 O'Reilly gift card after mail-in rebate. You can even order at O'ReillyAuto.com and we'll deliver it curbside. Protect your engine from sludge and wear at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. There's 2 of them in the valley, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro. Quick Lane, ready to serve.
This just into the KXO local news department. An eastbound Interstate 8 near Ogilvie Road. A big rig. Actually, it's called a bobtail or box-end truck. There are no injuries, it appears. However, the truck is loaded with, we understand, over 300 pounds of meat. So drive with care if you're in that eastbound Interstate 8 area near Ogilvie Road. Firefighters struggle with burning haystacks over the weekend, Friday night. The first alarm went out at about 7:15 p.m. with all El Centro Fire Department stations responding to the burning haystacks at the Wilbur Ellis Company on Dannenberg and Dogwood Roads, right across from the Imperial Valley Mall. A second and third alarm were issued almost immediately, and a fourth alarm went out shortly before 8 p.m. Due to several fires burning in other areas of the county, manpower and equipment from other valley departments was in short supply. Imperial County, Westmoreland, Calexico, and Hopeville Fire responded, as did an engine and crew from the city of Yuma. Dogwood Road was shut down due to the heavy smoke and because firefighters were running hoses from hydrants across the road. American Red Cross responded to provide support for the firefighters.
And at its peak, Gene, there were an estimated 60 firefighters at that scene as agencies throughout the valley were able to clear from their situations and come and assist at El Centro, to include, as we mentioned, a unit from the city of Yuma.
Wasn't all that long ago when we had another fire in that same area, so... JCPenney stores reopening. Some are opening as part of the economic recovery. Some will reopen later. Some will not be reopening at all. Officials at JCPenney say 79 stores will not be reopening. They will be permanently closed in an attempt to stabilize financing under Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. 9 of those stores are in California. The JCPenney store in the Imperial Valley Mall is not on that list. It is not known if any more closures are planned in the future, and officials are not saying which stores will be on a future list. For now, the JCPenney store in Imperial Valley is safe. KXO News Time, 7:44.
It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers for your service needs. Whether it's a lube job, oil and filter change, brake job, battery or wheel balance and alignment, Quick Lane can handle it. And Quick Lane services all makes and all models. Oh, and by the way, you never need an appointment. Tires, all the best brands at the best price. Guaranteed. See your Quick Lane service advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and on Imperial Avenue in El Centro, right next to Food for Less.
In other local news, COVID-19 death toll increases. This, according to the latest update. The Imperial County Public Health Department released the Friday report at 9:30. According to the report, there were now 33 deaths as a result of the COVID-19 in Imperial County. That is 3 more deaths reported since Thursday. The Friday report indicates 15,121 patients have been tested for COVID. 2,568 of those tested positive. Of the positive tests, 1,560 have reportedly recovered, leaving 975 active cases in the county. Calexico has reported 853 positive COVID-19 cases. El Centro reports 711. 455 cases have been reported in Brawley, 221 in Imperial, and there are 120 COVID-19 cases in Hopeville. Small earthquake shook the north end of the valley on Saturday evening. The magnitude 3.2 quake was reported at 6:51 p.m. with an epicenter 10 miles south-southwest of Salton City. There are no reports of injury or damage. That concludes this edition of Local News. Stay with us for Page 2.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. KXO Radio and the Imperial Valley Business Recovery Task Force ask that you take the pledge. Commit to keeping yourself and our community safe and help fight the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Doing this will mean reopening of more businesses and a return to more normal activities. The pledge: I pledge to support local business. I pledge to abide by the standards outlined by the businesses I frequent. I pledge to protect my community by taking responsibility for my actions. I pledge to wash my hands according to CDC recommendations. I pledge to wear my face covering properly when visiting businesses. I pledge to respect social distancing of 6 feet and refrain from gathering in groups. I pledge to do my part and make a difference in the valley. Take the pledge. Help our Imperial Valley recover. Page 2 of the local news and weather, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
This being Monday, June 8th, the El Centro Police Department will be returning Officer Efren Coronel home. Full honors will be given for this procession today. It is anticipated that they will arrive in Imperial Valley after 2:30 p.m. today via Interstate 8 to Imperial Avenue and continuing on to Fry's Mortuary in Brawley. Services will be announced on another date. The public is invited to welcome him home with open arms and embrace all that he stood for. Efren touched many hearts and lives in his years of service, which began as a community service officer in 1994, a police officer in 1996, and continued until his final days. He was a proud father, husband, brother, coach, and servant. The public will miss him dearly. Imperial Valley cities, chambers of commerce, and several other agencies have joined the County of Imperial in asking Governor Newsom to advance the state to to expanded Stage 2 and allow the counties to determine when it is safe to reopen businesses. The letter states that because of our unique geographic location, it makes it extremely difficult to meet current reopening guidelines. The letter, put together by the Imperial Valley Business Recovery Task Force, echoes what the County Board of Supervisors said earlier in the week. Imperial County borders Arizona to the east, a state that has opened up all businesses, and Mexicali, Baja California, a city of over 1 million residents with few restrictions. The letter points out the governor's one-size-fits-all state guidelines for emerging out of the pandemic can be unjust. Signing the letter were the cities of Brawley, Calipatria, El Centro, Imperial, Hopeville, and Calexico, as well as the Chambers of Commerce from Westmoreland, Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial County Farm Bureau, Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation, the Imperial County Workforce Development Board, and the Small Business Development Center. They all endorsed the letter. Well, the California Highway Patrol says it was a single vehicle collision. The CHP received the call just after 3 Friday morning. They say fire personnel were also called to the scene. Highway Patrol says a 54-year-old man from Victorville, California, was driving a 05 Chevrolet pickup. He was headed east on Interstate 8 near Mountain Springs Road. The CHP says for some unknown reason, the vehicle left the south edge of the interstate, traveled across the right shoulder and down the embankment, impacting the mountainous terrain and burst into flames. When the Highway Patrol arrived, they say the vehicle was fully engulfed. The driver was trapped inside the vehicle and suffered fatal injuries. California Highway Patrol says they are continuing to investigate. KXO News, Carroll Buckley will be back with a look at the weather.
David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right decision with your insurance coverage, from health, Medicare, and most importantly, a life insurance plan. How much life insurance do you need and what's your monthly cost? We'll call David H. West Insurance today to make an appointment and get a free quote on a life insurance plan that's right for you and your family at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carol Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says below normal temperatures and daytime breezy conditions will persist today as a low-pressure system moves just north of the region. High temperatures will remain in the 90s today and tomorrow, but gradual warming will be taking place. Strong high pressure is then forecast to build into the region during the middle part of the week, bringing much warmer temperatures and highs climbing to near 110 degrees by Thursday and Friday. Slightly cooler conditions are possible this weekend as an area of low pressure moves inland into the desert southwest. 95 the high yesterday, 67 our low. Sunny today with a high near 90. North wind 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 64. North wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tuesday will be sunny with a high near 97. Northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. 73 degrees downtown, 36% relative humidity. Wind is out of the north-northwest at 7 to 12 miles an hour. That's it for page 2 of the local news and the weather, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans, Medicare supplemental coverage, or retirement planning. David H. West Insurance Services.
Today's indoor forecast calls for 78 degrees and a strong chance of comfort and saving money. That's the word from your Imperial Irrigation District, who encourages you to set your air conditioning thermostat to 78 degrees or higher to help you save money on your electric bill during the summer heat. You can also use floor or ceiling fans to create more indoor comfort. Just remember that fans cool people, so turn them off when you leave a room. For more energy-saving ideas, check out iid.com/summer savings.
It's sports time. What's going on? Major League Baseball owners and Major League Baseball players still have no agreement. they're going to meet again today. And, well, they're way far apart. And, well, they were hoping to start as early as the 1st of July. But, well, that kind of seems in doubt right now. And former NFL receiver Richie Caldwell, who spent 7 seasons in the NFL as a wide receiver, was killed in his hometown of Tampa, Florida, Saturday night, according to his mother. Police confirmed to ESPN that there was a homicide, but would not say whether Caldwell had been the victim. And after another dominant performance at one of his favorite tracks, Kevin Harvick relished the past and looked ahead to the future. Yeah, Harvick cruised to victory Sunday over Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. in the NASCAR Cup race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
At Dr. Azingue Family Medicine, 2026 Imperial Avenue, Suite D in El Centro. You'll find distinctive, compassionate care for the family, 5 years and up. Dr. Azingue Family Medicine provides one stop for the whole family. Senior care, women's care, pap smears, hormonal health replacement therapy, suboxone treatment, and more. We take most insurance. Affordable cash rates available too. Call to make an appointment at 760-693-5372. That's 760-693-5372. Dr. Azingue Family Medicine. Optimal care for the whole family. 2026 Imperial Avenue, Suite D in El Centro.
Well, UFC President Dana White didn't have long to celebrate another night of fighting. Yeah. Then Conor McGregor popped up. Yeah, McGregor says, I'm retiring. What? 4th time that McGregor's retired in the last year? Give it up, Conor. Yeah, what can I say? And the NBA 2020 draft, well, if the draft were held today, Anthony Edwards would go to the Warriors. That's if they tank and keep that number 1 pick. That's it for Sports Time. Stick around. We've got a look at financial news coming up next.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
Taking a look at financial news, U.S. stocks are up for the most part today as Wall Street equities aim to extend a rally that briefly lifted the NASDAQ composite to new intraday records amid hopes that the gradual easing of the lockdown measures was proving successful and fostering an appetite for risk. Right now, taking a look at the big board, we see green. The Dow Jones Industrial is up 256 points, S&P 500 up 13.8, and the NASDAQ up almost 20 points. Gold up $17 an ounce, and oil is off $1.22 a barrel. The market, again, seems to be in a mode where we can make some money. The Federal Reserve is set to release its updated policy statement on Wednesday and its first set of economic projections since December. Coming up, we've got a brief look at weather.
Going on now at Derma's Floor Covering, Shaw Floors introduces the Floorvana sale, including the original Cortec waterproof vinyl plank with cork backing and carpet with stain resistant and waterproof. Plus, wood and tile are on sale with special financing on approved credit. Their doors are open and following all CDC guidelines, keeping your family and our family safe. Stop by Derma's Floor Covering in Imperial and see the Shaw Floor Gallery today, serving the Imperial Valley since 1978 and still going strong. Happy birthday.
It will be sunny today with a high near 90. North wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 64. North wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tuesday, sunny with a high near 97. Northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. 74 degrees, 36% relative humidity. Wind out of the north-northwest at 7 to 12 miles an hour. Well, that's it for a look at financial news. Stick around. CBS News on the hour coming up. Local news when and where it happens right here on AM 1230 KXO.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Kathan in northern New Jersey. Powerful symbolism this morning in Washington, D.C. Democrats in Congress taking a knee for 8 minutes, 46 seconds to honor George Floyd. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
You see how long it was to have that knee in his neck.
Democrats unveiling new proposed police reforms today. The officer who put his knee on Floyd's neck for that amount of time appears in court later today in Minneapolis, charged with murder. In Houston, there's mourning and a funeral tomorrow for Floyd. His casket arrived at the church a little while ago. Sylvester Turner is Houston's mayor.
It's about doing the right thing, justice for George. But justice for George means justice for a lot of other people as well.
Back in Washington, D.C., this protester brought his young son to experience what's going on in the streets.
It hurts, but at the same time, it's history. And we're just trying to do our part to push it so when he comes with his son, he doesn't have to see this.
Many people back at work today in New York City as the Big Apple rolls out phase 1 of its coronavirus reopening plan. WCBS Radio's Marla Diamond.
Members of the Carpenters Union arrived before dawn here at a site on West 52nd Street. Michael Rosenberg, eager to get back to work.
Good to see you guys back.
I was ready to go like months ago, but they extended every time like week, another week, and another week. I'm happy.
Machines will be humming again in New York City factories and warehouses. Non-essential retailers like clothing stores, jewelry stores can reopen only with sidewalk or curbside pickup.
Florida, in phase 2 of reopening, has seen virus cases top 1,000 for 5 straight days. There has been more testing, but officials fear social distancing is being ignored by too many people. Justice Department wants Britain to question Prince Andrew in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. CBS's Vicki Barker in London.
We understand that the request was made under the Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty. Now, that's something that's only used in criminal cases. Under the terms of an MLA request, if Prince Andrew does not voluntarily respond, he can be called to a British court to answer questions under oath.
Cristobal is now a tropical depression, dumping rain and kicking up the surf along the Gulf Coast states today. The system is due to move north right up to Canada. The coffee chain Dunkin' is hiring.
Time to make the donut. The donut.
Adding 25,000 workers to make the donuts and a lot more as more states reopen. And for the first time, it is mounting a national employee recruitment campaign. Wall Street, the Dow is up 260 points. This is CBS News.
Why settle for average? With Capital One, you can open a new savings account with a rate 5 times the national average. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
Under the Hood, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. As auto plants reopen, safety is a top concern. Here's auto expert Jeff Gilbert.
Ford Chief Operating Officer Jim Farley says they put together a playbook for reopening their plants.
It's critical that we get this restart right.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
There is nothing more comforting than a hot shower, a cozy home, or your favorite home-cooked meal, and knowing that you can do so affordably when you most need it. For decades, families and businesses have relied on Southwest Gas for clean and affordable natural gas. And Southwest Gas is committed to serving you with essential natural gas for decades to come. To learn about the benefits of natural gas and energy-saving tips, go to swgas.com.
J.K. Rowling is facing backlash after tweets about transgender people.
The Harry Potter author is facing backlash over an article about the post-COVID world and what she calls people who menstruate. She talks about risks primary caregivers face, including access to toilets, soap, water, and private spaces. She asked for help with the old word for those people, woman. Some Harry Potter fans are asking others to donate to groups that support transgender women. Rowling says she would march for trans discrimination, but feels her life has been shaped by being female and doesn't believe it's hateful to say so. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Arizona State University rescinded a job offer to the newly hired dean of its journalism school over accusations she mistreated past students and was racist. The alleged incidents at Loyola University in New Orleans. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I certainly do have an increased energy level. I get treatments every 8 weeks, and that really kind of slows me down and, makes me very tired for a few days. But I seem to be getting over that much quicker now that I'm taking your products.
Balance of Nature is now offering 35% off on any new preferred order. Go to balanceofnature.com today and use discount code FRUITS.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
I don't like it. I love it. I love it.
This is an ugly candy bar. Peter Paul's almond cluster. It bulges from the way they stuff those almonds and crunchy stuff inside. It's so ugly, in fact, we're not going to show it to you. But don't go away, we're going to show you something. Isn't that something? Believe me, it's better than looking at our candy bar. Funny thing, ugly as it is, almond cluster tastes just beautiful. Why people who make such a crunchy, chocolatey candy can't fix the way it looks? I don't know, maybe we should be on the radio or something, skywriting.